will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Garoppolo's 49ers going up against Carson Wentz's Eagles.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are just off I-95 at the home of the Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field on the south side of Philadelphia. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the San Francisco 49ers. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. On first down, Wentz. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Sunday! Here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Sunday! Check three.
Throwing on first is Wentz. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Tight to the right, boys. Tight to the right.
Line. Waiting.
Smith will come in motion right.
Who got 7?
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
That's the way to hit.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
Tight ends right.
Go.
Wentz going to try and throw on third. Aguilar has it. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
We got 3 down. We got
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Eric Armstead able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3. So the D gets the sack on first, and now it brings up second down.
36.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On second down, here's Wentz. Smith catches left side. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. So completion on second down, that brings up 3rd.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
Waiting.
Shotgun now for Wentz. The open man is Smith. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, that certainly looked like the Torrey Smith we knew in Baltimore. A guy who can just run past defenses, and what do they say? Take the top right off of them.
Game-changing speed, and the days in Baltimore good, days in San Fran not so great, but now hoping to get back to his former self.
I would say they have an extremely motivated wide receiver in Torrey Smith.
That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Eagles drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Okay, we got 4. We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
2nd down following the run.
We got double tight. Double tight. Here we go now.
They run it again with Hyde. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it. Blue line.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on 4th down conversions. This is a bit tougher.
All right, here we go.
4th and 4. They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. And able to find Garcon. Touchdown, 49ers. Pierre Garcon, 69 yards. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Well, before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Here we go, here we go. Louie!
3 down, 3 down.
Listen!
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. Jeffrey with a catch left side. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Here we go, here we go. 120!
3 down, 3 down.
Listen!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Four down.
Back,
Check.
20.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Toss play to Sproles. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He couldn't get the edge there. It wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside.
No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Lay down.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down.
Even. Four down.
Here we go. 280.
Mike 35. Mike 35.
Boy.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year, and they totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated in
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Michael Kendricks from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Play action, Garoppolo. Now he'll escape to it. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Vinny Curry in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
Here we go now.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen But 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up.
Now, that's just a head scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Sproles, the return. Sproles so quick and agile. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Eagles will take over here in just a second on offense. And Charles, as you look back to the Super Bowl title run that they just had, what were some of the moves that made that possible?
I'll keep it on the offensive side of the ball because I thought their front office did a fantastic job of having answers in case things happen. Carson Wentz goes out. Well, they had signed Nick Foles to back him up. That worked out pretty well. Getting Alshon Jeffrey as a weapon outside to help them in the passing game. Darren Sproles gets hurt at running back. Corey Clement was
looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back to the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP. 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. And as you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game. Not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Jimmy Garoppolo, the starter here, finally lured away from the Patriots. What are some things you like about JG?
Well, I love his makeup, meaning obviously he has a physical ability, he can throw the football, but he's mentally tough as well. And he developed while he was there in New England. They actually trained him to be a starter even though he wasn't getting any type of snaps. And this guy adapts and thrives with the ability to play against pressure.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 6 yards here to go for the offense on second down.
Strong right.
Now Garoppolo over the middle to Kittle, complete. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
Now let's go. Green, 30. Leopard.
We got 3.
Leopard.
We got 3.
Over.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. Okay, let's not waste any more time, or certainly any more of Larry's time. Let's play ball. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that,
Hurry up, here we go.
but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line...
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. Leopard.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Brandon Graham in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
Here we go now. Green. No. Check. Patriots.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 92 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7.
Tight end right.
From the gun, it's Wentz. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Watch tight end.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Wentz now on 1st down. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A gain of 39 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And his throw here's incomplete. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Check, butt set.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. So now it's 1st and goal.
Watch left. Stop right there.
Now the first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Liz 5-3. Run.
Again, here's Blount. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. Yeah, he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago, the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they are not able to solve their opponents. They've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. 23 yards on the play.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Double tight. Double tight. Hurry up. Here we go. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. Five yards left for the offense. It's second down.
Watch 10, watch 10. Come on, watch 10, watch 10.
Here we go.
To throw is Garoppolo. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll lead here to a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
In today's NFL, it might have surprised some people, but San Francisco was really, really hot to pick up Kyle Juszczyk from Baltimore, and they acquired him. Why? He can do everything. Block it? Yeah, of course he can. But he can catch the ball well out of the backfield, too.
Led all fullbacks in receptions the last 2 years and played in his first Pro Bowl a season ago. First down, a run with Hyde. Stopped short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
All right, here we go.
On the counter, this is Hyde. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now let's go. Green.
On second down, Hyde. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Wasn't that long ago that the NFL guys really didn't adopt much from the college game. But one thing that has crept in there is spreading things out, opening things up, not even just in tempo, but maybe getting better line splits and spreading the field. I think that would be a great strategy right now to try and open things up in the run game.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go now.
Now Garoppolo, got to have this one. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
15 yards there on the catch and run. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Fresh set of downs here.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight
Here we
ends
go.
on
Back,
Ringo.
180.
3 down, 3 down.
Zach Ertz, the man in motion.
Motion. Hey, check motion. Put your hands on him.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Go.
Wins to throw. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Still in search of the first down after that last completion.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right.
Here we go. What's that? 80.
Now Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Go.
The Eagles indeed snap it. Wins. And no, it's incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The pigskin on the 7-yard line now. It's 1st and goal.
Double tight.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Watch 88.
They'll run. Hyde. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Double tight, guys. Double tight.
Shift together here from the D-line.
Here we go.
And now it's 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Hyde. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, they held them out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. 319.
Here's Hyde, 3rd and goal. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Here we go.
Running for it, here's Hyde. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Carlos Hyde in the final minute. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. It's up and good to make it 21-17. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
He's back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Trying to squeeze it in there at this stage of the game. You got to take some chances. Nice job to knock it away, though.
You're so right. Understanding where they are in the game, you got to take that opportunity and maybe thread the needle. Unable to get it done there.
He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
Go, go. Louis! Alert! Hey,
Wentz now on 1st down. He finds an opening past the 40. That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. A good pickup there, a 22. Now Wentz signaling frantically, let's get to the line. And he'll get up and spike it with 11 seconds remaining. So 2nd and 10 here.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right.
There we go. Run.
We got 4.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
And And this is something that you know that they're emphasizing, you know they're working on, but it has to improve. Carson Wentz lost 14 fumbles as a rookie, and the NFL is just different. When you're in the pocket, you're always at risk of that ball being jostled out.
And if memory serves, those 14 fumbles tied with Carson Palmer for most in the NFL. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the fourth quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
She broke up with Diddy, yeah. I told Shorty if she talking, I ain't. And she gon' call him